We are back at it again. It is a lovely Saturday. It's actually Easter weekend. You guys are really dirty, obviously. I have one goal in mind today. I've already got a lot of stuff organized. Blake did a good job yesterday getting the tools hung up and getting this bench, if you will, straightened up a little bit. We ended up with some scrap from yesterday, so I've got to get that organized. But the main goal for today, we have a bird problem. They are getting in here. If you guys remember from the foam video, we had bird nest in all those cavities outside. We're getting really close to getting the roof the rest of the way around. We've only got 2 walls to go now. And remember, that's going to get something else out the backside there. So I've got to get this window in. That's the main goal for today. And then I got to figure out what am I going to do to close that off as a temporary closure, or do I just deal with birds a little bit longer and get that framed in and completely closed off, and then the birds can't get in here. So let's see if we can get a window installed by ourselves. And we got to keep in mind it now has decking below the window, so I can't stand on the porch and hang it like I did the rest of them. So this could get interesting. Let's see how this goes. Well, step one is to make sure we have everything we need. I've got tape, I've got a Sawzall worst case scenario, got a caulk gun, I've got caulking. There's no window yet. We got to get the window in there, but once I get the man lift positioned over here, without anybody else being here, the only way to get things is to go all the way back down and walk the steps, or drive the man lift back to the backside to come up to that entrance. I don't think I can reach this window with the man lift sitting back here right against the castle. I'm pretty confident I can't. I might try it just to see, but we've got everything we need. I got a hammer in my tool belt. I've got roofing nails in there. I think it's just a matter of getting the window in the basket and seeing... Oh, we haven't mentioned this, but you guys had made some comments about bringing plywood and materials up. So we took some lags, put a board on top in the basket, and then a board underneath the basket, and we lagged this little ledger board off to it. So now I guess I could measure that and see if the window will fit on there. Let's find out. Well, we are 5 feet from outside to outside, so our window's only 4. We're gonna have to figure out what all these scraps are too short to span across. Hey, what are you doing there, 2x8? I think that'll work. Let's see. I think I can throw that sucker right across there and span the whole thing, and then put 1 screw in each side. Oh yeah, that's plenty wide for a 2x8. Heck yeah. Now I should be able to put a screw in there and put a screw in over there. Let's grab the screw gun. It's kind of a temporary thing, so I don't think I need to screw it off as though it was gonna hold for a lifetime or anything, but I think if I throw 1 screw in each side, that will hold her well enough for what we're trying to do here. Come on. Oh yeah, now we'll be able to put a window in there and lean it right up against the door. Rock on. Well, now we got ourselves in here. Now we just got to get that thing picked up and put right there, hopefully. These windows are definitely heavier than what they look. If we can do all this without breaking our window, that'll be great. Haha. I'm happy with that. I think that looks pretty good sitting in there. Famous last words. That shouldn't go anywhere. Now let's find out if we can get over there from the top side instead of having to go all the way down. Well, we got her tucked in as tight to the castle as we could get it. And we are millimeters away from that fascia board with the housing that brings the hoses to the jib here. But I think we are, I think we're where we need to be. And I mean, to be bluntly honest, whoever installed these gutters only has one low spot, and it's right there. Right there in that daggone corner. I think I can actually get that out of it though. So, hey, we're here. We're going to be able to get the window installed, and we're going to be able to install it from a safe spot instead of trying to crawl out there on that steep pitched roof that we have. But again, I want a steep pitched roof to get the water away from this top portion as fast as we can. So that kind of gives you guys a view from this top side here. That's coming out pretty daggone nice. Got a nice pitch to the roof, overhangs complete rock structure. And yes, I've had it in the comments. What do you think about getting a drone? I've been seriously considering it. If I can make that drone hover right up here above us while we're working on this roof, I think that'd be a pretty good view. So that may be a very near purchase. We shall see. But let's get a window installed so that we can keep as many of these birds out of this thing as we can. This probably ain't gonna be any fun, but let's get her done. I got one screw in my pocket here so that I can put a screw in the center of this thing. So let's get this close anyway. I don't want to knock it off. Here goes nothing. Oops, hitting whatever spray that is. Come on, window. As Happy Gilmore would say, go through your hole. Just got a little bit of caulking on myself, but that's all right. Oh. Okay. Let's throw. Oh, come on, screw. Don't go hiding on me. Shoot. Unfortunately, I think it's the only Phillips screw that I put in my pouch. Well, this is interesting. Phew! That sucked. But we got it. And y'all remember from earlier in the video when I said make sure you have all the tools you need? I forgot the level. Daggone it! I gotta reposition and go grab a level, so we'll be back. Okay, we're back. we got her leveled. Confirmed our shims stayed where they were supposed to be. Now, we gotta nail this off. And I know you guys have watched me do this a bunch of times, but I've done some research. Lots of people commented when I was installing windows the first few times, don't tape the bottom. Don't caulk the bottom. Leave the bottom open. Well, we're gonna run a trial because unfortunately, there's no good spot that says one way. Okay? And what I mean by that is, you go to one place and it says tape the corners, don't tape the bottom. And when I say tape the corners of the inside of the framing, but do not tape the outside bottom of the window. Well, all right. Well, then I do some other research, and guess what it says? Tape the bottom. So, I've got 2 windows. Sorry, I've got 5 windows. Am I losing my mind? I can't even count today. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 windows, 2 of which will not be taped on the bottom. Corners are taped, as they should be, 3 of which that are going to be taped on the bottom. Now, a lot of you might ask, well, how are you going to know? Well, you guys are just going to have to stay tuned to the channel for years to come. And one of these days, we will pull back the inside trim work and look and see if any of them have water damage. Obviously, the hope is that none of them do. However, if something does have water damage, we'll be able to confirm, is it the bottom, the one that had tape on the bottom, or is it the one that didn't have tape on the bottom? This is something that we can honestly check pretty easily. It's just a matter of pulling out some finish nails on the inside, but we got to give it some time. I don't think it's something that's going to show its face. I don't think it's something that's going to show its face in the first year. I think it'll be a couple to few years down the road, would be my guess, is when it may show that there is some moisture damage. So let's get this nailed off, and I'll show you guys what I'm talking about.
1, 2, 3, come on!
Come on, come on. Come on, come on.
Well, I'm not gonna lie, that did suck, but it is fastened off. You guys can see there, we are good and level. Now it's just a matter of getting our tape on it, and this is the part that I was telling you guys we're gonna do differently. We've got 2 of them that are like this now. This will be the second one. But I'm gonna tape the top, tape the sides, and I said that backwards. I'm gonna tape the sides first so the top overlaps. But tape the sides, tape the top, and not tape the bottom down there. We're gonna let that bottom stay untaped. And this is where we'll do a study, I don't know, a couple years from now, 2 or 3 years from now, come up into the castle and pull off that bottom trim on both windows that don't have it and both windows that do have it, and see what the difference is. So let's get some tape on. All right, it's time for me to complain for a minute. I don't hardly ever complain, honestly, but if your paper does not come off of your tape cleanly, my goodness gracious, figure out your die cut process. Oh, I understand when you cut through a release liner. Just so everybody knows that may not be familiar with this type of product, this is a release liner. It's silicone coated on this side, and then it's regular old paper on this side. So if this side touches the adhesive, which is the black rubber stuff, this right here, show you guys what I'm talking about. Slick side, shiny side, paper side. Slick side, shiny side, paper side. You can still get it off, but it sticks to this side. This release liner only has release on one side, but man, when it doesn't come off of there, it causes you a bunch of headaches and get you aggravated, and it's not worth it. I get it. When you cut through this paper, the silicone only goes so far, so if that rubber gets hot, that black tape gets hot, that's what ends up sticking. You guys can see it on the paper there, and it ends up ripping the paper. And anyway, Mylar, oh boy, you guys are going crazy. Mylar release liners take care of that problem. However, Mylar release liners are plastic, they're expensive. I understand paper's cheap, but goodness gracious, that made me really, 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 really frustrated. Okay, I'm done complaining. No more complaints. We got a window on. We got it taped, top, sides, not on the bottom. And earlier when I said, yeah, I said that backwards. The reason, disclaimer, I'm not a professional. However, water runs downhill, poop runs downhill. You don't want it to catch in something. So you put your side on first. This is a better example over here. I had a spot I didn't like there. You put your side on first, and then your top goes over top. And you can see that little line right there. That's that piece on the back side. So we're sealing anything off from getting behind it, and then it'll run over top of it instead of behind it. Over here, I didn't like how that house wrap looked right there on top, so I put an extra piece of tape over top of both of them just to make sure that it was sealed up really nice. You can see right there where the window seal actually is, or the window flange, sorry. It seals right to it really nicely. Got a little bit of caulk that smoothed out there. That's okay too. Caulk never hurts anything. We can smooth it right out. Well, there you go. We got a window installed. Well, time for the final test. Everything in here looks good. We've got almost a 1/2 inch on top, and we do have exactly a 1/2 inch on bottom, obviously, because that 1/2 inch shims underneath of there. But now we got to see, we got it level. The opening looks really nice to square. So let's see what happens. Oh yeah, that was all right. I'm gonna push down with one finger. I'm gonna call that up and down with one finger. That's pretty daggone good. Now, normally as you guys saw in an earlier video, I have been using door and window foam around the windows, but we actually used the last little bit of it that we had over there whenever we were putting in those blockers that are out there underneath the plywood now. But man, the wasps love it up here. Anyway, that is a window installed today. Didn't want to ask anybody really to come help. I just wanted to get one window installed today. Calling for a little bit of rain next week. I'm actually going to be out of town on a business trip, so the window is in. It's not all the way done, obviously, but neither is this one or that one. I got to put foam around both of them, but I got that window in. The goal for today was a success. I was hoping to get that in and the rest of this framed in yesterday with Dustin and Blake, but the tree across and all that good stuff just put a damper on all that. This didn't go as expected. And, you know, hey, I'll put a link in my video. I love Ariat stuff. I've been wearing Ariat stuff since 2001, I believe. 2001 or 2002. But the link in the description, 10% off Ariat stuff. Don't hesitate to go. Yes, you got to put in your email address just to sign up, but that gets you the 10% and everything on the entire site. So I've got my own products that I like. I like their cowboy boots and their work boots. their hats and their dress shirts. You'll see some of their dress shirts in some of the business meeting videos, but don't forget to check out that link in the description. And hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. And as always, like, comment, subscribe.